Hello, my name is Hakon and welcome back to my channel where today I am going to show you a really basic physical modeling percussion patch on the Empress Effects Zoia. The Zoia, of course, is the modular patchable digital synthesizer in a little box where the only limitation is your imagination and the CPU, of course. Now, physical modeling is a common way to create percussion sounds, drum sounds, string sounds, for instance. And it is made in a slightly different way to normal subtractive or additive synthesis. What you have is the starting sound. You can imagine for a drum, it would be like the strike of the mallet on the drum. And so that's your initial sound, your exciter, I think it is called in physical modeling lingo. And then you have a resonator, which is what takes that initial sound and resonates it based on the shape and material qualities of the body of a drum, for instance. And of course, you can make this rather complicated and actually create the shapes and materials and the calculations needed to replicate the exact physical properties of those. Or you can do what I've done on the Zoia and make a really, really basic one. And I'll show you how that works. So first, I'll just give you a little sound here. This is the sound of the exciter. This is the mallet striking the drum, so to speak. And it's just a sine wave oscillator here going into a VCA. The VCA is run by an ADSR envelope that is triggered by an LFO, and it's only using the attack and decay stages of the ADSR envelope. Right now they're both set to the lowest value actually, because this works rather well with short starting sounds. The output of the VCA envelope, no, the VCA here from the oscillator goes to the output or audio output here right now. So that's the sound you hear is just that. Now, but I can switch on the resonator by this button down here. And now it sounds more like some kind of percussion. Right, so how it works is very, very simple. The sound from the VCA here goes to this VCA down here, but you can ignore that because that is just there so I can switch it on and off. So where it actually does go is here. So we could skip that bit there and go straight here. And this is a delay line. So the most basic unit of a delay effect on the Zoia is a delay line under audio modules, and it is set to the shortest max time possible, which is 100 milliseconds, because we want quite short times here. And the output of the delay line is sent into a low-pass filter, where the filter frequency is set to the same as the frequency of the oscillator. So you can imagine that for a percussion, this would be like amplifying the fundamental frequency of the percussion a kind of effect. You can have differences in the frequency, but of course, when they're the same, you get quite a consistent, good percussion sound through the range. The filter resonance is set to the lowest, and the reason is if you set it any higher, it will create a feedback or an audible feedback. And then the output from the filter is sent to the audio output and to the delay line input again. Now, this connection to the delay input is at minus 2.27 dB, that's 77% connection strength, and that is because if you set it a little bit too high, you also get feedback. And you do not want that. So I can actually demonstrate that if we switch it on now, and we take this connection strength. You can hear it now, and it's feeding back on itself. And the same with the filter resonance. There it is. So to avoid that, it's quite obvious what kind of connection strengths you need, really. But they will vary a little bit through the frequency and delay ranges, what those connection strengths are. But I found that for the whole range of values that I'm using now, the connection strength of about 77% does seem to work rather well. So, and that's it, really. That is all that happens. So the output of the filter goes into the delay line and also to the audio output at full strength. Down here, that is just my controls. So this is a value module that is controlling the frequency of the oscillator and the frequency of the filter. There is a value module that controls the delay time anywhere between 0 and 100 milliseconds. There is the attack control for controlling the attack on the ADSR envelope, and the decay control for controlling the decay. And then over here, I've just got a VCA connected to a push button switch for switching the effect on and off, but that's just for demonstration purposes for this video, really. Not needed, and nor are these, really. And I'll just play around with it a bit now and see what kind of sounds I can make. Or to get kind of spring reverb sounds as well. Yeah, that's just some examples of the sounds you can make with this kind of patch. And of course, this is before you add things like other delays, reverbs, for instance. And yeah, so this is a good starting point if you want to experiment a little bit more with physical modeling synthesis on the Zoia. So there you go. That is my patch of the day. I hope you found that useful, interesting, or inspirational. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe, join me on Patreon, or buy me a coffee. That's a new thing as well. I've signed up to buymeacoffee.com or whatever it's called again. So you can give me a little something there if you want to. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode. I have some other Zoia ideas I'll be working on over the next few weeks, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.